Nanomachine, son.
All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're playing more. Whoa, sorry. We're playing more Ace Combat today. Flying planes. Shooting things down. Just generally being an all-around beast, if I may say so myself. I think I want to focus on the medals. I kind of started bouncing that idea around at the end of the last AC stream. Ace Combat, that is, not the Armored Core stream. Don't get it twisted now. I know it's a little hard to keep track, but I think I want to focus the medals. I think. I don't know. There's a lot to focus on with this one that, like, you know, it's not all that bad content-wise. It's just, it's a lot to, like, bounce around between. And also, you guys aren't going to be able to see. Hold on. There we go. Thought we were talking about Assassin's Creed. Oh, that too. But we haven't been playing Assassin's Creed. I need to get... No, I'm fine. Never mind. New Onimusha is crazy. New Okami is crazy. New RGG IP is crazy. There's so much to talk about in terms of just what all got announced last night. New Elden Ring game is crazy, right? Like, it's not just me, right? That's crazy, isn't it? Actually, get me out of here. Really? Yes, but also maybe not what you're expecting. It is a new Elden Ring game, but I don't even know what to say about it. It's multiplayer. It's a multiplayer centric Elden Ring game. But it's a card game. No. But it is made with multiplayer at the forefront, and not PvP, mind you. Cooperative multiplayer. It's an interesting one. Doesn't seem like Miyazaki had any involvement. I could see that just from what we saw in the trailer. Sorry, 9B. Hold on. Not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but also, like, what does a Souls game made without Miyazaki look like? You know, like, what does that we've never seen that. Aside from maybe Sekiro, but he supervised Sekiro for, like, the first half of its development. Oh, you're right, Dark Souls 2. No, never mind, we have gotten that. It was Dark Souls 2. Never mind, you're right. Maybe that is... I'm joking, it probably won't be Dark Souls 2. But New Elden Ring was definitely the weirdest one, Because I don't know what exactly I'm supposed to be setting my expectations like. Sorry, we're going back to this. I should have said it out loud. There is a medal for completing this mission without a single helicopter getting shot down. So, welcome to my new comfy little corner of hell. We're doing it live. That's sick. Yeah. The biggest thing that I haven't said yet, Dark Souls 3 bosses were popping up in the trailer. And we don't really know what to expect from that off of the couple that appeared. It's like, is it just Dark Souls 3 bosses? Are there going to be a ton of like legacy Dark Souls bosses appearing? Is it maybe going to spread beyond Dark Souls? Is there a possibility? Like, I don't know. We just, there's so many questions with the new Elden Ring thing. So many. I am curious though. If they have new movesets, I don't mind seeing them again. Yeah. Definitely with the older bosses, right? Like if we are gonna pull things from like, say Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 bosses just would not be able to hang with the gameplay of Elden Ring. Like Dark Souls 1 bosses were difficult back then because the gameplay was so much more limited and so much more intentionally paced than Elden Ring. If you threw just like, I don't know, who's the hardest Dark Souls 1 boss? Manus? Manus. If you threw Manus into Elden Ring, he would be like a little baby bitch. He would go down so easy in Elden Ring. Even though in Dark Souls, he's a pain in the ass. Was Lady Maria in there? Not only would I have missed it, but I didn't hear anyone mention Bloodborne being there at all prior to possibly just now. Maybe. No, Artorias is not harder than Manus, right? No. No. I can't get behind this statement. I do not agree. Artorias is really good though. Artorias is... Hold on. No. Yeah, he's probably my favorite Dark Souls 1 boss. No, Ornstein and Smo are still. Definitely. You can't beat the classics. Fuck. It's the same one. See, I need to relearn this now. Yeah, Clive, like, I don't really care much for another Final Fantasy crossover. I talked about this with friend of the show, Owen, this morning. I didn't watch the Game Awards live at all. I was busy. I got caught up this morning mostly. But I talked about it with Owen this morning. And both of us independently while watching were like, really? We're doing Final Fantasy again? I mean, sure, but like it's a little underwhelming. But then, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing actually. I will say this. If you only saw the bit of Clive that they showed at the Game Awards, you have not seen anything about Tekken 8 Clive. Because they showed him a little bit at the Game Awards, but immediately after that aired, they uploaded his gameplay trailer to the Bamco YouTube channel. It's 4 minutes long. And it shows so much insane, wacky shit that they did not show in the Game Awards trailer. He looks very fun. I will probably be playing him at least a little bit. I have to at least try him because he looks very fun. Yeah, Elden Ring. Well, I guess Elden Ring spin-off. I was gonna say Elden Ring 2, but they did. I think they said on like what? Was it Twitter? I think it was on Twitter. Or I don't know if it was the Bamco or the FromSoft Twitter specifically, but they did label it as a spin-off. So it is not Elden Ring 2, even though I keep wanting to call it Elden Ring 2. It is an Elden Ring spin-off game. Final Fantasy is a step up. Tekken 7 had Noctis. That's why I'm like, Final Fantasy again is kind of a lame reveal, just on that merit alone. But once they showed his moveset, I was happy with it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll play this guy. Never mind. But just it being Final Fantasy again was like, okay, I guess. This shit. No one likes Noctis. No one likes Clive. Actually, okay. It seems like everyone likes Clive. No one likes Final Fantasy 16. Not no one, but a lot of Final Fantasy fans don't, from what I've gathered. It's a roguelite. I thought it would be a little more... I was assuming it was going to be more of like a Monster Hunter kind of formula. I was assuming it would be more like that, because it looked way more linear. You have 3 days to loot up and then fight a boss of your choice. You know, I have faith in FromSoft, but that description has me a little less interested than before. But maybe, you know, I'll wait. Too early to write it off now. We've only seen a little bit. But that description is not terribly promising, for me at least. Preset characters. What? Interesting. It just gets weirder the more that you say. God, this mission is just brutal. Oh, no, I want that one. Don't hit the ground, Cole, at the very least. Let's not do that. I knew it. Go, 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 go! Okay. Hold on, chat, I gotta lock it in. If I want to keep all my boys safe. Yeah, I'm the best escort around. Feel free to tell your mom. Oh my god. Oh my god. That one's gonna shoot at me as well. Okay, I kind of lucked out. I was starting to lose control there. We still got a ways to go. We're not out of this yet. All 5 are still here. So far. Oh shit. Don't you dare. Okay, that one's gonna shoot at me. There are probably gonna be a couple more. Oh god. Okay, there. Whew. Okay. I think there's gonna be like one more, but I don't remember. And now this is where things get super dicey. There was one more. I'm gonna hinge my bets on that being the last one. Pray for me, boys. Because I gotta start clearing this shit out too. Oh no, there was one more. Uh-oh. Don't you fucking do it. He missed. What a stupid bitch. No. Yes, thank you. Finally. Oh my god. Okay. That's fine for now. Those planes aren't going to be in the air for another second. Oh my god. Affect mission ranking? It does not. But thankfully, we're not doing ranks even. I already got the S rank. We do need to do all the S ranks in this game. But right now, I'm trying to do the medals. And there's one for completing this mission without losing a single friendly helicopter, which is very hard. The fact that I'm this far is kind of crazy to me right now. Oh my god, don't you fucking dare. I struggled trying to do the S rank on this mission. Oh, the other day, because the S rank was just having at least 4 of the 5 survive, and that was hard enough. Actually getting all 5, I thought would be way harder. I got that in less tries than expected. You see that Charlie had 110K concurrent just on YouTube during the awards, plus another 20 on Twitch? Jesus fuck. I mean, I didn't see any of the viewership last night, no. But, what's it? I know that last year, the Game Awards itself, like, even without just everyone else who, like, restreams it, because they allow that. But their YouTube stream, this was just their YouTube stream last year, hit, like, 800K concurrent at peak. And again, that's not even including people just watching through like their favorite streamer instead, right? Or like watch partying on Discord, whatever. Like that was an insane number last year. I don't know what they hit last night. I wouldn't be surprised if this year the viewership was lower than last year, because everyone hated watching it last year. Last year was like everyone's breaking point in terms of just, why are there so many ads? Why are they not letting the people accepting the awards actually give speeches? Like, what is happening? Last year was by far the most backlash they ever had, so I wouldn't be surprised if things were a little lower this year. But maybe they were higher again. Maybe that backlash just wasn't big enough to actually make a difference. You never know. Hold on. Oh wait, no. Why am I looking at this? Blew their load with Witcher and Elden Ring right at the start. Yeah, I didn't watch, so I don't know if this was the best Game Awards ever. I missed it. Yeah, this is the one. I had to double check just to be sure. There we go. That was a pain in the ass. Anyway, there's another one for completing mission 7A or B. What's it? In 6 minutes or less. So that's another one that I can just free mission right now. I've already done 7B's S rank. Is mission 7... Hold on, I need to pull up the mission list. Because if I could do 7A... Like, if this is just a speedrunning mission... Oh, no, this is... I mean, I might as well do 7A, just... Who knows? I might get the S rank. Let's do the easiest version, please. This is the Gleipnir fight. Gleipnir? Whatever. They say it weird in this game. Oh yeah, new Virtua Fighter is crazy. Not entirely shocking that there's a new Virtua Fighter, because we heard about that a bit ago. Like, that leaked. What didn't leak is that RGG was developing it. That was the surprise. Is that the developers of the new Virtua Fighter are the guys who make the Yakuza games. That was the shocker there. Like, we had already heard whispers about Virtua Fighter making a comeback. We did not hear about that. It's a pleasant surprise, though. Those guys certainly know how to make combat fun, but like, what? All right, take the big bitch down in 6 minutes or less. I can do that, I think. Project Century looked great, yeah. But I did, my heart sunk a little bit when I realized that it's just another Yakuza game to add into the series, and like the video series and 100% series. And like, Pirate Yakuza hasn't even come out yet. We're still a few months away from the other new Yakuza game that's about to come out. So like, what am I supposed to do as a man who's trying to cover all of the RGG stuff if they just keep dropping like 1 or 2 games a year? What kind of position are they putting me in here? Am I just gonna be stuck in this endless prison now? Endless content. Look, I like the games a lot. The videos are hard to produce. They're not like the end of the Metal Gear series hard, but they're hard. Those are tricky videos to make. They're exhausting. That's the best word for it. The streams are just fucking fun, but the videos on the Yakuza games are exhausting to make. My nose is so itchy. We are not getting the S rank on this. I was like, maybe if I do 7A, there's a chance. Might as well. But no. No, I'm not gonna do it this run. Not at all. Because it's a point requirement. And since I'm just speedrunning the Gleipnir itself, I'm not getting any other points. Did you just drop the second channel plans? Not like entirely, but I kind of just have too much shit right now. So I'm kind of putting them off. Sort of like DMC right now, where it's like I'm still going to at some point, but it just kind of had to get put off to another time. Can I destroy? Okay, I can destroy it now. Let's go finish this up then. He's up this way? Oh, a little more up this way. Too much time on his only feet page. I wish. No one wants my feet. If only life were so easy. Maybe someday. Maybe someday people will want my feet.
The shock cannon has been destroyed! Engine 1, Engine 2, Engine 3. All engines are down. We can't maintain altitude.
The PSP? On PPSSPP, because capturing a PSP, capturing a PSP, like, for stream is a pain in the ass. And B, I can just, like, up-res it, and chat did convince me to download, like, the HD texture mod and everything, too. Which looks nice. I was, you know, I didn't want to do it, but it does look pretty good. It makes the planes look a lot cleaner than they normally do. Some things it doesn't change at all, like the landscapes, you can tell, are still very PSP quality. I thought this was like a remaster. No, this is just the PSP version, just dumped to PC, and then with a mod that the community made for like higher res textures. And it looks really solid. Like, it doesn't look amazing. It's still a PSP game. But the HD textures and stuff go a long way. Makes it look pretty nice. They ain't lying when they say emulation is amazing. It's so great. It's unfortunate that everyone got the idea in their head. Not everyone, obviously, but like a lot of people got the idea that it's like illegal to emulate. Pirating is illegal. But you can emulate without pirating. It's just a lot of people don't. Well, hello, Atobio. So that's another medal. Some of the mission-specific ones are really easy, which is a welcome surprise for me. I'm not even missing that many now. Yeah, that's the speedrun one. I like that one, actually. And then those two are just... Oh, wait, no, this is a speedrun one. This is for destroying the Fenrir fighters in less than 10 minutes. You get this medal. Do they expect it to take more than 10 minutes for most players? What? Anyway. Here's an interesting one. This medal is for completing the campaign in like the longest possible route, which I did the first time through. This one, however, is for doing it in the shortest possible route. So completing the entire campaign in 10 missions by just not doing any optional stuff. So I guess let's just go and, what's it? finish up this like last act of the campaign that I have going, grab S ranks while I'm doing it and everything, and then loop for the shortest route possible. We gotta blitz it, yeah. Are you gonna do the multiplayer medals? Apparently you can play the multiplayer through the emulator. At least frequent chatter of mine, Lego, who is a very big fan of Ace Combat X specifically, he told me it was possible.
Updated situation report.
Oh yeah, here's a tutorial on YouTube. How to play multiplayer on Ace Combat X PPSSPP. Oh god, he's doing it on smartphone emulation though. Sorry.
I can't believe they had a working prototype.
I mean, I guess it works. Oh yeah, they have a fan server running apparently.
The new attack aircraft is named Fenrir, according to LASAF.
Hold on, I'm looking at it out of curiosity. I'm like, how does this work?
It appears that the aircraft
Yeah, you like manually connect to the fan server, it looks like. It has like an IP that you can connect to manually. You just have to go and enter it in. And then you can just play multiplayer? Wow.
LASAF has a squadron of ace pilots.
Yeah, PPSSPP can do ad hoc, which is why that's possible. That's pretty slick. At least if it's actually working that simply, like what I just saw. You never know. Sometimes it's more of a pain than it looks like in the YouTube tutorials, but that guy just set it up in literally like 2 minutes. Torn if Borderlands 4 or Intergalactic was the worst trailer tonight. Both were bad, but at least Borderlands showed gameplay that didn't look awful. Yeah, I thought the Borderlands trailer was just... And this is crazy because I'm such a big Borderlands fan myself. I watched that and I was just kind of like, okay, I guess.
You are about to enter LASAF territory.
I'll take it.
We don't have much intel to go on.
The story doesn't look great. They didn't actually show any gameplay really, despite calling it the gameplay trailer. They just kind of showed like in-game environments and models and stuff, but they didn't actually really show much gameplay. Like there was really no, you know, shooting psychos or anything like that. There was like none of that. There was no like actual shooting and combat. It was kind of just showing off the environments and stuff like that. So I was sort of like, okay, this is fine, I guess. I will say they showed the 4 Vault Hunters. We don't know their names. I don't really love the character designs of like any of them. I think honestly all 4 of them have either a bad character design, like I actively dislike it, or just the most like meh design where I'm like, I don't hate it, but I don't like it. There's the one dude who's kind of like Viking looking, and I think that he's the best, but even then I don't really think that I like his design. I think it's just very passable. It's okay. It's good enough. I thought all the Vault Hunters looked kind of lame, which is unusual for Borderlands.
You must destroy them all.
How's Ace Combat? So far, so good. Lots of progress today. Look at all this 1980s shit. Isn't the 80s cool? Yeah, I thought the new Naughty Dog game... I mean, we have to see more than what we saw. Because from what we got, it was kind of just like, okay. Like, I get the general vibe they're going for. I get that it's gonna be like sci-fi, like 80s-esque sci-fi. That's about all I got. I don't really know. I feel like I didn't really learn much about the game from what they showed. So we probably just have to wait. Tekken 8 DLC. What are your thoughts? I think as much as I am not thrilled that we're just doing like the new Final Fantasy game again for Tekken, Like, as soon as I saw Clive pop up in my recommended, I kind of went, ugh. But then I watched his gameplay, and he looks fucking crazy. He has the sauce. He looks like a Soul Calibur character on steroids. And I now want to play him. He also comes out in like 4 days. Not even early access, like his public release. His full release is in like, it's on Tuesday, I think. So I'm down to play Tekken on Tuesday and just see. Why not? His stage looks great. Oh man, this thing feels slick. Noctis 2, a new menace. Granted, I should at least be fair. I sit here and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not thrilled that we're just doing Final Fantasy again. But I'm also the guy who has been saying that one of the best reveals they could do for a guest character would be to just reveal that Akuma's coming back. Because can you imagine the Tekken community's reactions if they just announced that Akuma was coming back? Like, you start up a Tekken trailer, you could be showing like a new stage, right? Or you could show like Heihachi or Kazuya hanging out, whatever, right? And then you just show the Akuma symbol and like play that sound. You know that sound, the high-pitched sound at the end of the Raging Demon. Just flash that on screen. Everyone's gonna fucking scream. It would be such a good reveal. I genuinely, like, I say that, I'm not even thinking about the game. I kind of am just saying that because I feel like the reaction to the trailer would be the best part. Like, that would be so fucking fun. Hanging out? No, I said or, not the two of them like just hanging out like, you know, father and son bonding. Obviously not. I don't think those two are capable of that. No, I just meant like, you know, show like a iconic Tekken character like in the new stage, just like looking around, walking around, whatever. You know, nothing. You don't start crazy, but then you just flash the demon up. Ooh, okay. Hold on, they're not playing around, even though we're on normal difficulty. These guys came to play. They're not gonna let me off easy, apparently. We are in the danger zone. That, I lost lock on right as I fired. Alex are never joking? I guess not. All right, hold on, this is like a boat with a part. Yeah. Oh man, he's going fast. What the fuck? I don't think I've ever, what? It missed? I don't think I've ever seen a ship move this fast in Ace Combat before. But yeah, X-29 action. I love this plane. I feel like this is a plane that I never talk about, but I really do like this plane. I probably should have just turned out of it. Okay. That was a bad judgment call. That one's on me. I actually got shot down on normal difficulty. Get your clips, get your laughs. We do it again. I did apparently, I don't remember saying it, and I haven't gone back to watch the video again. I struggle to watch my older stuff because I'm constantly like making little changes to the videos to improve them. So I struggle to watch anything of mine that's even like more than half a year old normally. So I haven't gone back to watch my ACX video, but apparently I said that ACX was like the hardest AC game by a mile that I had played up to that point. And I played on normal difficulty for those reviews. So I wonder if I did get shot down on normal like a few times while playing for the review. Granted, I wasn't really good at the games yet at that point in the series either. I was starting to put it together, but I still wasn't very good. Wow. Okay, yeah, they're bloodthirsty, all right. It's games like this that, you know, you have these moments, especially when I'm playing them like upscaled and everything. I have moments where I'm like, man, I really slept on the PSP for so many years, didn't I? There were some good ass games on the PSP, just a lot of them were in like series that I was not interested in at the time. So I was just like, oh yeah, the PSP is like fine, but you know, there's not really a whole lot on it. There's not really many games on the PSP that I'm interested in. But like in this last year, like the PSP Ace Combat games, the the PSP Metal Gear games, particularly Peace Walker, but also Portable Ops. I like Portable Ops a lot too. I'm just suddenly like, man, I may have missed out on the PSP when I was a kid. I maybe just needed to be playing different games when I was a kid so that I could have enjoyed the PSP more, because there are some good fucking games on the PSP. I'm actually, I just got in my copy, my imported copy, my Japanese copy of, the first of the Yakuza duology on PSP. The first of the two Japan-only PSP Yakuza games, so I'm going to be checking that out kind of soon. No specific plan. Well, I know I have it scheduled. I know exactly when I'm checking it out, but no leak on that. But I got it in recently. It came in the mail like a few days ago. The second of the 4 Japan-only Yakuza games that I have to get. The other PSP game is on the way, though. I already ordered the 3rd. Birth by Sleep and Crisis Core was on PSP. I think I just missed out on the PSP. I also didn't play Kingdom Hearts. Although I am kind of torn with the PSP Yakuza games, because they do have fan translations. But I did pretty well with Kenzan. Like, I did really well with Kenzan, all things considered. I mean, it was a bit of a mess playing it in Japanese, but I was honestly shocked by how well I did. And also, it was like the best immersion study that I have had in Japanese so far. Like my just my understanding of Japanese progressed probably the most in that week out of like my entire time studying the language. It was such good immersion. I also, part of that, to be fair, is that I learned a lot of like weird specialized vocab and kanji that I'm probably never going to use outside of the context of playing video games, but I learned them. So that definitely helped with me feeling like I was learning more than I may have. Because, I mean, I did learn it, but when am I ever going to use shit like, I don't know. How applicable in like an everyday context is me knowing like the kanji for swordsman Or like samurai. I don't think it's very applicable, but I know it now just from seeing it a shit ton while playing Kenzan. Oh wait, where's the ship? Hold on, I don't want to miss that. Man, this thing hauls ass. Very applicable? It's not. You could be joking, but like it's not applicable. Outside of like playing games or maybe like watching movies, it's not applicable. It's not like a helpful thing to know, right? If a swordsman attacks you in Japan, you need to know the proper kanji to tell the cops. Okay, he is joking. He is joking. You know, maybe you're right though. Maybe you're onto something. More than anything, my ability to understand the Kansai dialect. I progressed that so much during my week playing Kenzan. Holy shit. Beforehand, I was like, no, if you're from Kansai, I can't understand you. But now, it's actually pretty good. Not great. There's still some things that I'm like, what? But it's pretty good. It's just because for whatever reason, the RGG guys really love having a ton of main characters in their games that are from Kansai. I don't know why, but they do. I don't know why that's like a big thing that they always do. Maybe it's just because they like the dialect and the accent. I don't know. But like, it's even beyond Kenzan, like just in the main Yakuza games too. There's a lot of Kansai dialect everywhere. I have no idea why they do it so much, but they really do. I mean, with like Yakuza 2, it makes sense. But for like Yakuza 3 having it everywhere, it's like, why are so many of these guys living in Tokyo, but they're from like Osaka or Kyoto? Why is like everyone from anywhere down south in Japan? What is happening? Are there 2 aces on this mission? What is this other plane that spawned? Oh man, that guy's still on my ass. F-22 pain. Ever played Armored Core? Oh god. Chat, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. I've played a lot of Armored Core. There are 2 aces. Oh, all of that? Sorry, I got sidetracked. That was my brain. My brain was just going. What I was trying to get to there was saying I'm torn on whether or not to use the fan translation for the PSP games. Because they are fully fan translated. So on one hand, it's like, do I need it? Not really at this point, which is great to be able to say I don't really need it. Would it make my process of playing the game smoother? Yes. Obviously. But then it's like, okay. The pro and con outside of that is the 2 big ones at least are just having my gameplay footage be in English makes it a lot easier for my English audience to watch, right? Granted, I don't know how many people are like sitting there reading all of the dialogue and stuff like that's in the footage, but some people probably are reading it while watching. Don't worry, I'm a professional, chat, clearly. Okay. There we go. But then the downside is like potentially, especially because it's a fan translation and not like a professional localization. Some of the, particularly the dialogue would be the worry. Might not be localized well. So it might kind of compromise the writing.
Before they could reach Archelon Fortress.
It's a worry.
It was an extremely
In this game, yes, I don't know about IRL. Every plane in Ace Combat can refuel midair.
Great work.
I'm sure a lot of them can't in real life. That's Ace Combat stuff, right? They can all refuel midair. They can all land and take off from aircraft carriers. What other, did they do anything else that's crazy? Someone, anyone, help me out here? Surely there's more that I'm just not thinking of right now.
Have confirmed our suspicions that the cargo was indeed an HPM.
They all have 80 missiles, true. That's, I don't know how I missed that one. Oh my god, what was it in my Ace Combat 6 video? I haven't replayed AC6 yet since I did for the video. Hold on, I bet actually I could probably just look at it on the Ace Combat Wiki. Hold on. Ace Combat Wiki F22. Game, I know that they have all of the game stats in here. Ace Combat 6. Yes, this was the one. Yes. The F22 in Ace Combat 6 can carry 250 missiles per mission. And that shit actually made me laugh out loud when I played Ace Combat 6 for the review. I mentioned it in the video because it's fucking hilarious.
Has been relocated to Archelon Fortress.
That thing carries 250 missiles in AC6.
The weapons targeting system relies on
It's incredible.
satellites, so we should be able to reduce the weapons accuracy.
I loved it.
By disabling the satellite ground control center.
I've seen fan translations of manga that make the official localization look terrible by comparison. I mean, yeah, a lot of the, official localization industry is still iffy. Granted, it's so much better than it used to be nowadays. Like you compare it to the 80s, 90s, even the 2000s. The modern localization industry is miles ahead of what we used to have. But you still get some shittier localizations out there. But the thing with fan localization is that a lot of the times they don't localize. A lot of the times they just directly translate, which might sound great if you're not terribly familiar with the Japanese language. It's not. It's, if you directly translate Japanese dialogue into English, it is the most boring shit you will ever read or watch, whatever. It's really, really bland if you directly translate. Because English and Japanese are such different languages in the sense that, like, in English, there are so many different ways to say what you're trying to say. And there's a bit of that in Japanese, but not even close to what we have. That is also how we get things like IR sick. No, I mean, when I say like directly translating, I obviously am including like you fixing the grammar of the sentence and adjusting it for English. Not literally just word for word translating, because our grammar and Japanese grammar is so different that, like, yeah, anything, if you just word for word translate it out of Japanese, is a fucking shit show in terms of English grammar, because it's not the same at all. We share like close to 0 grammar rules between English and Japanese. It's genuinely like they're not the same at all. Like, even just something as simple as like what's it? If you translated directly word for word, something just like my name is Cole, if I were to say that in Japanese and then you were to put it right back word for word, the sentence would come out like, I is Cole it is. Or sorry, I was thinking wrong. If you did my name, it would be my name is Cole it is. In my head, when I thought of the Japanese sentence, I just thought of I am Cole, not my name is Cole. Point being, it comes out so different because we do not share any grammar rules. So I was assuming already that you would adjust for that. But even just if you directly translate Japanese to English, it's the most boring shit. It's really boring. Which is why, which is why we localize with Japanese more than most other languages, even aside from like cultural things. It's just, you need to make the writing more interesting after you translate the meaning when you're going from Japanese to English, because English audiences would be bored out of their mind if all you did was translate it straight over. And for good reason, because like it doesn't work that way. Chinese is very similar in this regard. Yeah, to my understanding, I think a lot of Asian languages are similar, right? In that sense. They're like, Japanese is just such a, it's almost a weird way to describe it. This might be like my gamer brain describing it, but it's a very linear language, right? Like if you want to say something, there's like one way that you say it. maybe two. And obviously like maybe slight variations if you're, you know, changing the tone or like how polite the sentence is or isn't, stuff like that. But like there's basically one set way to say what you want to say, and that's it. It's not like English. Like Slavic languages? I don't speak any Slavic languages. I've never studied them, so I couldn't tell you. But maybe? I just wouldn't know. Why have I not? I should. I have my plate full. Don't start giving me ideas, chat. Stop. I already, like, I need to get my Japanese way better than it is right now. Like, I need to get really, I don't need to be fluent, but I need to have like a super strong understanding for work. And then once I do that, I want to go back and fix my German and my Spanish, because I haven't studied those in years, either of them. And they're both so, like, understanding is still pretty good. Like, if you speak Spanish to me, I can understand you. If you speak German to me, same thing. If I read Spanish or German, I can understand it most of the time. If I try to speak it or like form the sentence myself to like write it or anything, it's a fucking shit show. It's so broken right now. Yeah, I haven't used those languages in like 4 years. Hold on, no. Spanish I haven't used in like 3 years. German I haven't used in like 5. So both of them are pretty broken, and I want to go back and fix them up once my Japanese is actually really good. Because yeah, I lost a lot of those languages. I love studying languages though. I don't know why. Like, it's such a nerd hobby. It's probably, well, I don't know. I was gonna say it's probably my nerdiest hobby, but I also kind of do video essays on YouTube. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to beat that one, but it's certainly up there. On the tier list of my nerdy hobbies, especially. Maybe even just nerdy hobbies in general. Like if you were tier listing it, linguistics is the most nerdy hobby out there. I don't know why I enjoy it so much, but I really do. I really, like, I have such a blast studying languages, and I have no idea why, but I just go with it. I don't know. I don't know what I should learn after Japanese. I'm not thinking that far ahead right now. I bit off like okay, so like when you're looking at learning languages as a native English speaker, there's like a list. There is literally like a list out there that is compiled by professional like linguistics experts, whatever the fuck you would call them. It's the 5, like there are 5 levels of difficulty for learning languages as a native English speaker. Literally like numbered 1 to 5, right? Japanese is a level 5 for English speakers. So I have already bitten off a level 5 right now. I probably don't even need to be thinking ahead. But I'm studying for the N4 currently, in as far as like where my Japanese is at. So I'm pretty happy because I'm just about coming up on having studied it for a year. What'll be the most fun for you to learn? Yeah, I picked up Japanese because it was just the most applicable for what I'm doing right now. In terms of like videos and streams and stuff, I was like, I should pick that up. Like that is a language that I will actually be able to use for work. So I should. Chad, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. That's simply where that came from. Oh God. Is that in a tunnel? It seems like that is in a tunnel below. I think I might have found it. Oh, I'm supposed to go in the other way. Hold on. It marked the cave. I just didn't see it until now. Hello, beast. But I don't know. What's it? This was pre-Japanese. This was years ago. This was actually like me really learning Spanish. Cause like I took Spanish in like middle school and high school as required, right? In the US. I didn't learn a fucking thing. Cause to be honest with you, the way that that languages are taught like in the classroom, for me at least, is just it's not conducive to actually learning anything. That shit got me nowhere. So pre me like going back and fixing my Spanish and actually learning it, I wanted to do French, and I got like halfway through French 1, and I just could not develop the the accent for the life of me. So I dropped it because I couldn't. I probably wouldn't drop it so easily now. But back then I was like, no, dude, I actually like, no matter how much I try to speak it, I cannot develop the accent whatsoever. So I just gave up. I was like 18 at this point. So I was just like, no, I'm not doing this. Actually, yeah, I was like 18, maybe 17 even, but I think 18 probably. Yeah, maybe I was 17. I was about 17 when I stopped using my German, and that would have been about the time that I was looking to pick up another language. So maybe I was. I don't know. You don't have real communication in school with native speakers, and you don't do immersion either. Like, that's the thing with me studying it, like, just independently, studying language stuff now. It makes me realize that the way that I was taught language in school was so
We've advanced within
shit.
striking distance of Archelon Fortress.
Like, what?
Fenrir, the whole
I didn't
reason
learn
the start of this
anything.
war is being made right here on
AC7's
this
DLCs are on sale. I picked them up on the Black Friday sale already,
Clear off the map.
so we're good.
The HP
But I did see that the big, like, Bandai Namco sale started last night after the Game Awards.
and it appears it has already been fitted to Fenrir. The weapon works by emitting microwaves from both Fenrir
I haven't even
and
done,
Archelon to create
any
an
shadowing
overlapping
or
effect.
language exchange or anything like that with Japanese yet, but I'm probably at about the point where I should.
For too long, and you'll
As
be
much as I
caught by
hate
the
to say it,
target.
because I don't wanna.
If you don't escape quickly,
Granted, language
you'll
exchange is
be
always
slow.
like the big daunting, scary bit until you actually do it.
Satellite targeting system.
Like until you actually just find a couple people to do it with and start
Even
doing
with
it,
the
and then it's
targeting
fine.
system impaired,
It's not a
the
big deal.
HPM still poses a
Does
threat.
go a long way in fortifying diction. Yeah, I need to do it. I haven't done it yet. Like my Japanese R is still kind of fucked. I'm not very good with it yet. But I know that like if I started doing language exchange, that would probably be fixed in less than a month.
The war should have already been over for us. But someone has
I have to do it at some point here.
Just make sure
If you don't
come
know,
alive.
if you've never like looked into studying languages on your own, into like if you've never gone down this rabbit hole, language exchange is like I've seen a lot of people doing it on Discord servers now, which I don't think I want to do it through Discord, to be honest. But essentially, like you go to a space online that is centered around speaking with other people in certain languages, and it's made for people who are learning whatever. So like if I were going to do language exchange for my Japanese, I would get put with someone who is a native Japanese speaker, so like someone who more likely than not lives in Japan. I would get like paired up with them essentially through the program, and I would speak Japanese with them for a bit, and then they would also be trying to learn English. Like you get matched up with people who are also trying to learn your language that you're native in. And so like we would speak Japanese or English with each other depending on the day, or maybe we do a bit of both, whatever. And it's literally just for you to like actually develop your speech and comprehension together, but mostly your speech, like with a native speaker. And it's great.
No such thing as a foolproof plan.
Go to random Discord servers full of native speakers for some language. I've done, for German and Spanish, I did like just online services for it, and they were great. But I have seen that a lot of people do them on Discord servers now, which is interesting, but I don't think I want to use my Discord for it, because I don't have a personal Discord account. Like the Discord account that I use for work is my personal Discord account as well. So I don't know if I want to be using that.
To all aircraft, this is likely to be our final sortie. Our mission will be to wipe Fenrir and its production facility, Archelon Fortress, off the map. That's right. The war ends here.
I need to do that at some point.
I won't
Fuck.
be able to rest until we take out Navarro.
I thought about this recently too. This isn't the first time that I'm thinking about it. It's one of those things that I'm gonna have to sit here and tell myself that I have to do it for like a month, and every time I say it, I'm gonna not want to do it. But eventually I'm gonna buckle and just actually sit down and do it.
Flames. Crap. Scatter now.
Just have to bite the bullet on that one.
There it is. Fenrir. The destruction of Fenrir is the
Did Valorant in Japan. I don't know if he learned from it, but it reminded me of it. That's one way to do it, certainly. You could do it that way.
That attack probably came from Fenrir's HPM. Your fuel tank's internal sensors will be displayed on the MV.
Alright, we're only on normals. This shouldn't be bad.
Any increase in fuel temperature. Watch it closely.
I'm not worried about these guys. Not here.
Fenrir is equipped with the same type of optical camouflage as the airborne fortress. However, with Aurelia's satellite surveillance system back online, we should be able to
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like with something like Valorant, you'd probably just learn more like call-outs and insults than anything else. Speaking of, I need to study more curses. I haven't really done that yet with Japanese. Normally I do it pretty early, but I looked into it maybe, I don't know, like 2 months ago. And curses in Japanese are actually kind of, they're very nuanced. They're less black and white than like how we understand it, where it's just like a word is or is not a curse word. So it's kind of more to learn than what I'm used to, where it's just, this is a swear word, don't use it. I know kuso, and that one is so, that's like our fuck. Not literally, I think it literally translates to like poo, if I'm not mistaken. But in the sense that like, it's used for everything under the sun. Like it's the big universal generic swear word, as far as I understand. But I think it directly translates to poo. I do know that one. Where is that guy? What the fuck? Oh, just a little casual witchcraft on a Friday afternoon. Nothing to see here. Oh. Oh. I don't know what's triggering the autopilot. ACX fans, how do you even do autopilot here? How was I doing that? Because I'm missing something. I thought maybe it was... I thought maybe it was holding the brake and afterburner buttons at the same time, but I do that a lot in this game. And like I'm doing it now and I'm not getting it. So it's not that. Oh, it might be pressing D-pad up. No. Check your controls. How do you do that? I was accidentally doing it somehow. I don't know what I was doing. I might have the controls set weird though. It's possible. We did start ACX a while ago. I can see you, you bitch. You think you're real sneaky. You're really not. You glow red. You're not that stealthy. Or orange. Orange. I keep stalling. What am I doing? Can you turn that camouflage off, please? I would appreciate it a lot. There you are. Why are you flying so slow? There. Oh. It's the map button plus the afterburner and brakes. Weird. Found it. You were right. You saying the map button, I was like, really? But yeah.
10 seconds.
Am I low enough?
4, 3,
We can get lower.
1. Cannon firing.
We can get lower.
Attila 3's been hit. Damn it, we've lost him. Destroy the shock cannon.
Your altitude is too low. Call up.
My altitude is great.
The shock cannon is preparing to fire again. In 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Cannon firing.
Jesus, that screen shake. Every time.
Shock cannon firing preparations complete.
Yeah, I must have changed the controls because I have like the D-pad buttons set to like pitch up, pitch down.
Your altitude is too low. Call up.
I might have just changed that. I might be on like an alternate control scheme or something. I don't know. I don't think I am, but I might be.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cannon firing. Watch out. This cannon firing time is shorter than the airborne fortresses.
Meaning? Just it's shorter, or is it gonna like double fire on me or what? Don't say such scary things. We don't talk about that. That was a little sketchy. I won't lie.
The fortress has really been destroyed.
Oh wait, sorry, I missed. I had sushi for lunch today and not your whack ass all you can eat sushi you had, which I still can't believe you ate. Here's the thing. I lived in Florida for a good bit, and down there, the all you can eat sushi is actually quite good. Not like as good as what you'd get at a fancier sushi place, but pretty damn solid sushi for cheap.
It made me nervous.
And you can eat a lot of it,
It wouldn't feel like
and it's cheap.
if you weren't there to celebrate it with us, sir.
The mistake that I made was my friends were like, let's try this all-you-can-eat sushi place. And I said, okay,
They were nothing but pawns.
in Minnesota, where our sushi already isn't great because we are like in the dead fucking center of the US, where we are like about as far from the ocean on any side as you can get in this country. Like west, east, south, like we are about as far from the ocean as we could be in all directions. So the all-you-can-eat sushi here, I got sick from it. If chat doesn't know the story, I got sick from the all-you-can-eat sushi. That's why she brings it up. That was what happened. It was a bad idea. Although, they did have really good fried rice at that place. Like, I would go back there and just not eat their sushi because the fried rice was delicious.
LASA's commanding officer Diego Navarro had long since disappeared.
Yeah, if you go to like an actual sushi place here, it's very okay. It's just, it's not great because it takes like a couple days for the fish to get from the ocean to up here. So even if you've got a place that's like pretty strict about what fish they do and don't serve, it's still just not great. It's not very fresh. That's the issue, is it's not fresh. The fish is not fresh. At like even good sushi places here, it's just not. It can't be. Really. So like you can get okay sushi in Minnesota, but just it's also more expensive here because it's harder to get and everything. So it's more expensive to get like very meh sushi here compared to like the sushi in Florida is cheap and incredible. So it was a bit of a like a I just can't really eat sushi here after living in Florida. I mean I will like maybe once a year. Like when my friends want to go out to a sushi place is pretty much when I end up eating it here. But every time I'm disappointed, even if we're at like a legit sushi place, I'm not, I don't love it. No, the sushi in Florida is so good though. It's just, like even the all-you-can-eat sushi in Florida it's about what you get here from like a fancy place that charges you like $18 a roll. It's about the same quality. So the all-you-can-eat sushi in Florida, not great, but not bad. I feel like if you live near the ocean, or like, just if you're in like a state that's on the ocean especially, or maybe one over, probably just on the ocean. Don't push it. All you can eat sushi is probably pretty good. But I lived in Central Florida, so like, you know, the ocean, you only gotta go like 2 hours west or east to be at the ocean. So the fish, even at all you can eat places, was fine. The farthest you can be from the ocean is Northwest China. Yeah, I think within the US, we are about as far as you could be, right? Hold on. It might be, no, it looks like it's us. I was gonna say it might be like North Dakota. Might be farther, but no, I think it is us. Looking at the map of the US now, I think it is. What fish is used for sushi? All kinds of fish. Not freshwater. I don't think. I've never had freshwater fish in sushi, but maybe. Tuna, salmon, yellowtail. What are the other big ones, chat? I feel like there's a couple that I'm forgetting. Those are definitely like the big three though. Tuna, salmon, yellowtail. Wait a minute, salmon. Isn't... Salmon are both freshwater and saltwater fish. As soon as I said that, I was like, wait a minute. Salmon is a freshwater fish, but it's apparently both. The more you know. Forgot about eel. Yeah, eel is pretty common in sushi. I'm trying to think of like, I don't even know if I've had eel sushi. Like eel sauce is overwhelmingly common in sushi, but I don't know if I've actually had like eel in sushi. You gotta try eel with, I don't think I've had eel. Yeah, I haven't had unagi. Now that you say it, that is eel. I haven't had it. I gotta do that sometime. Hold on, let me... how do my hard mode S ranks look? Oh, go back. Oh, okay, the 1B rank is... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Let's do... Because these are kind of scattershot, where I do have a lot of S ranks, but they're not all S. I'll do this loop on... Yeah, those are mostly S. Okay. Yeah, I'll do the shortest campaign run on hard, just so that I can at least get like a bunch of S ranks that I don't have.
Let's begin the briefing.
There will be some overlap, but less than if I did normal or ace. So we'll do hard mode. What now? Now I have to do the shortest campaign medal. I was trying to get the last loop finished while I was picking up some ranks.
From their perspective, this attack is the final
Sorry, what's
nail
it?
in our collective coffin. After all,
But yeah, I have to do the one where you beat the campaign in 10 missions. Exactly. The shortest run possible.
Lucky. It looks like the enemy has gotten a little overconfident and sent only a small attack force. Griffith Squadron, prepare for...
Yeah, it isn't just made from eels. I'm just saying, like, I haven't actually had eel before.
The enemy squadron consists
Is that Zaba? Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I have a feeling it's not. That little accent mark spells my doom. But
if everything
try.
goes well, we should be able to get the upper hand on the enemy in this area. All right.
any oh, shrimp is really common in sushi too.
With at least one defeat.
And crab. Definitely. Not as common as like tuna or salmon, but very common.
So please pay attention to your radio.
I think it's no eels. Are you sure? Is it actually like 0 eel? I thought there was some... There's nothing eel. You're right. The more you know. Yeah, so I've just never had eel. I have had octopus sushi once. I was feeling adventurous and a place had it. I don't think I would get it again, but it was fine. Very it's very chewy, which was I wasn't a huge fan of that, but it was fine. And I can say that I've had it. I am so that guy with a lot of stuff where I'm like, you know, I don't necessarily think this is gonna be my thing, but I haven't eaten it and I wanna at least try it. Octopus was one of those for me. I was like, I don't expect that this is gonna be like my new favorite by any means, but I have to try it. This thing is already cracked. This is already such a good plane. Honestly, I don't know if I want to mess with it that much. I don't think I do. I mean, what would I add? I like everything is a give and take in this game, right? Okay, maybe I could do the long range gun. It reduces my stability a tiny bit. Which I don't think is gonna... Oh wait, gun damage down though? I honestly... This is already a super plane. I hate that shit. Yeah, no. I'm running this thing stock. We're doing it. We're doing it live. It's already a super plane. I kind of like the Lasath one the best. Let me just run the plain one at least once though. I forgot to buy the specials for it, but qualms are great. I can live with that. I don't think I've ever tried an oyster. I do not like oyster.
Clark to Griffith Squadron. Maintain your present course. Do you see the enemy formation on your radar? Read you loud and clear. We're counting on...
Not a fan of oyster, personally. A lot of people are. I'm just not.
Just make sure you take out all bombers.
We'll show them what we got. After all, we're wheeling pilots. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yeah, this thing is...
Please use code names during the mission.
This thing feels a whole lot better than just about anything I've flown so far. Looks scary to eat. Yeah, that's another one that I'm like, yeah, I tried it. I don't need to eat it again.
What are you doing? You shouldn't be wasting ordnance. Relax.
I mentioned this one a lot when I'm talking about me just being like, okay, I have to have it at least once. But at the Minnesota State Fair every year, one of the like most popular places there, because it's all about food, of course. One of the most popular places is a place that does fried alligator, and they do like nuggets. It is kind of the big thing that everyone gets, gator nuggets. So of course I had to try it at least once. It's fine. It's another one that like I don't think I need to eat it again. I would probably, like if I was with someone else who hadn't eaten it and they wanted to try it, like I would have a couple pieces of it, like gator nugget. I would have a couple nuggets again, but I will never need to go out of my way to get gator again. Got miserably sick from gator nuggets, really. They're fine. They're perfectly fine. It is kind of just tougher chicken. It tastes a lot like chicken, and it's just a lot tougher, chewier. Not great. Like if I ever was having a hankering for gator nuggets, I would just want chicken nuggets, realistically. That's really just what I'm looking for. With like a cocktail sauce. I don't remember. They did have like a dipping sauce with it. I don't remember what exactly it was. It was years ago that I tried it. It's not bad. Like if you had like a little basket, like if you walked up to me with some gator nuggets in hand, like a basket of gator nuggets, and you're like, you want one? I would have one. I would. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to get them. Like I'm not gonna go buy them again. But I would eat them again. They're not bad. Did the sun chill out? Can I let a little more sun in? Yeah, it did. It was one of those days again where the sun was just shining directly through my window and it was so bright.
The mission was
Well, the snow doesn't help.
a success.
It's winter, which always makes it worse in that regard. Because when the sun reflects off the snow, it's so bright.
There's no way anyone could ever
Even after my experience, I agree. It's fine. I would eat it again. Just not
Who could have imagined?
go out of my way for it. But it was a blissful 3 hours. I love the snow. I'm the rare, the rare Minnesotan who doesn't bitch and moan about the winters. I like them. But I also don't go outside that much. So
LASAT's commander, Diego Gaspar Navarro, has images of the Aurelian squadron's destruction over Cape.
am I right to complain about the 37 degrees outside?
A day later, his
You
gravel
certainly
force
can,
continued
but
to
yeah, I'll one up you. Hold on.
1 year after the
It's 0
Democratic
for me here.
LASAT's
It's 0 degrees.
After the Civil War, LASAT began to set their sights on their peaceful neighbor, the Federal Republic of
Fahrenheit.
Korea, claiming
Hold on.
retribution for years of exploitation.
0
The
F2C.
invasion suddenly began.
Negative 17
With the
Celsius
ever-present threat
for the
of
Celsius
Cloak
users
Airport
out there.
Fortress, Gleipnir, looming overhead. There was little time to react to the few concerns
And so
raised
it's like
by
live in
the
high housing costs and have snow or not.
All of Aurelia fell under LASAT's
I mean,
control.
yeah, high housing,
Not everything has fallen into
higher
place,
taxes,
but
but
it's
still in
only
the
a matter of
US,
time.
so not bad.
Looking out
Like
over
not
the
terrible, rather.
Gaius Tower is both home to
Kinda
LASAT's
sucks,
central command
but
and the very symbol of
it's
its
fine.
power. It was
But I always
originally
say it,
intended to be a
aside from
symbol
the
of
winters
Aurelia's
being so
peace.
cold and like needing to shovel your driveway when it snows and all
As they
that,
looked up at the sun traveling the
Other than
same
that,
old path across the sky.
Minnesota's quality of life is pretty fucking high. It's pretty nice here. There's a reason I came back.
Covering the
after not living here.
Decided war and head back home.
Any snow? Yeah, there's snow on. It's not snowing, but there's snow on the ground. Yeah.
Seasons.
I don't know how much, but there's snow. You get a lot of fresh air. We do, like, in the winter especially, the air is super fresh. It's so clean.
However, we lost all
I don't know
trace
why
of
that
the
is. I don't understand how the air
Unfortunately,
works.
Aurelia's information
frankly,
network can provide no
but-
further details at this time.
Something about, like, when
We'll
it
just have to
snows,
take what we can get.
the air is so fresh and so nice outside. There's something about that. I don't understand what it is that causes that. But that's definitely a thing, at least in my experience, that I have experienced. In my experience that I have experienced. I said what I said. The capacity of air to hold water and debris decreases with temperature. Oh. That's why. So it's not the snow, it's just the temperature. But yeah, when it's cold, the air is super
Airborne
nice.
fortress
Like,
Gleipnir nearly wiped out
you know how when
our
you breathe the
entire
air
attack
outside, you can feel it? If it's
Even with
like
you,
clean
sir,
or
our remaining
not so
aerial
clean.
attack strength
The air is so
severely
nice
limited.
outside when it's cold. It's just that it's
We
fucking
no longer
cold.
have the necessary manpower or supplies to pursue Gleipnir. In
It's the only
addition,
downside.
There are reports of enemy forces gathering. at
We've had a
the
fairly
forest.
chilly December so far this year. The last couple years weren't that
It will only
bad.
be a matter of
Like
time
lower
before
than
the
30
attack
degrees
lines.
pretty much every day. Yeah,
Given the
but like not
situation,
bad. We've had a pretty chilly December, especially this last week. It's been pretty cold here. It's been in the negatives like consistently. Fahrenheit negatives. So like, you know, hovering around negative 18 to negative 20 Celsius for like the last week. But I enjoy the cold. I particularly enjoy sitting in my nice toasty room and streaming and then just telling people that it's freezing outside while I'm perfectly warm, but still just getting reactions from it being so cold outside for most people. Of course, there are some people in chat who live in like Finland and they're like, oh yeah, that's fine. That's about normal for us. It's just for most of the world, it's not normal for it to be this cold. Till your heat goes out. Yeah, our heat didn't work in the house until like about a week and a half ago, I think. We had to get it fixed. So it was fucking cold in here. Now the heat works again. So we're good. We're chilling. Oh God.
5 more miles to Punapay. Attack formation, please. I've got something on radar.
Left my window open last night a tiny bit and it was a huge mistake. Yeah, yesterday it got hot in my room from my computer running and doing like some pretty intense stuff pre-stream and then pretty intense stuff during stream. So my room had gotten pretty warm from that. And I opened up the window for all of like 5 minutes because it was colder yesterday than it is today too. And I was just like, yep, it's within like a minute of opening it. I was like, yeah, chat, my room's already fucking freezing. This isn't staying open for long. I just like the XFA 27 purely because it's the AC2 plane. And I definitely enjoy AC2 more than most Ace Combat fans. Not that Ace Combat fans don't like AC2. Generally, it's a well-liked game. But I really like Ace Combat 2. Like I'm a really big Ace Combat 2 fan. If it wasn't so short, what's it? Like if AC2 wasn't like literally a 3-hour game, it would probably be a top 3 Ace Combat for me. Not that a game being short and really good is a bad thing, But just there's not a whole lot of content in Ace Combat 2 is like all that I'm saying. If it had a little more meat on the bone, then yeah, it would probably be a top 3 for me in the whole series. I love Ace Combat 2. It is just, it controls so well. It's got those nice, like slightly chunky, but surprisingly high fidelity PS1 models. It's got one of my, it's probably my favorite Ace Combat soundtrack. Just like personal preference wise, I love the AC2 music. If it's not my favorite, it is like my second favorite Ace Combat soundtrack. It's the one that I go back and listen to the most, like outside of playing the games, for sure. How long did it take to 100%? Just 3 hours? It took about 6 hours. Because it does have like a, I don't even know what it's called in game, I don't remember, but it has sort of like a B, I don't want to say B scenario. I mean it does, it has like an A and a B route through the campaign where there are like what, 3 or 4 missions in the middle that you can go on 2 different routes literally just by choosing A or B. That's it. But then along with that, it has like an A and B set of planes where like the XFA-27 in a normal playthrough of AC2, you'll never see it. But in the B route of the game, it's like the final plane to replace the F-22. It just has like a second set of planes, literally, that you, if you play the game a second time, you can choose to use a whole different set of planes. So I did both of the campaign routes and both of the planes, like that. Like I did one and then I did the other on the B route. So it took 6 hours about to 100% AC2. There's not a whole lot to do other than just play the game twice, do the A and B route, use both sets of planes, and then you're done. Like that is genuinely about it. You get like all the medals just from doing that. Because the medals, that's right. The medals in Ace Combat 2 are just from downing the aces. It's not from like challenges. It's that you get 1 medal every time you kill an ace. I forgot how they worked. I was like, I forgot that AC2 had medals until I said that out loud, but that's why you get all of them in like 2 runs of the game. Just playing normally. It's because if you just shoot every ace as they pop up, that's it. That's how you get all the medals. None of this crazy, you know, play the campaign in the shortest route possible, play it in the longest route possible. None of this. If you just play the game twice, you'll probably get every medal. ZOE mysteries and icing on the cake. Look, I'll be real. I'm sitting here glazing up Ace Combat 2. I am the AC2 glazer in the room, probably. But the ZOE doesn't really have a mystery in Ace Combat 2. It's kind of just a plane that appears. And you're like, oh, that's weird. Never heard of that. And that's about the end of it. That's where, what's it? AC3D expanded a lot on AC2. Was with all the ZOE stuff. Even with what little, admittedly, AC3D even did with it. Because it wasn't a lot, but it was something. It was definitely a lot more. They added some cutscenes and some dialogue about it.
Substantial enemy counterattack is to be expected. It seems the loss of Puna Base has put them on guard. Please be careful.
Oh, and also, yeah, I talked about Clive already. I was like, when I first, because I wasn't watching the Game Awards live. So when I was getting caught up on all of it this morning, or sorry, actually I saw Clive last night before I went to bed. Because he was on my YouTube recommended. The gameplay trailer popped up. When I saw it, I kind of went, okay. Because like, it's not a bad guest character, but it's 2 games in a row of the the big, like, I guess actually with Tekken 7, Akuma was the big guest character. But like, one of the first big guest characters in the game just being the newest Final Fantasy guy, right? It felt kind of like we've been here and done this before when I saw it at first, right? And so it was kind of like, okay, that's cool, I guess. And I was a little disappointed until I watched the gameplay trailer of him, and he looks fucking batshit. He is actually, like, he is a Soul Calibur character on cocaine. He's fucking crazy. Robbed of guest Indiana Jones. I wanted Terry Bogard. I'm shitposting. Before someone is like, oh my god, not Terry again, I'm shitposting. Although to be fair, I would have been sitting here talking about how incredible it is that we got Terry Bogard in Tekken if that were what happened. And not to say that I wouldn't, because I absolutely would be. But, like, we don't need another fighting game with Terry Bogard. Or do we? Or do we? I think it's the wildest guest ever in terms of power level. I don't... Okay, if we're talking, like, canon power level, like, in the source material that they come from, yes, probably. Like, I don't know how they would outdo that unless they brought in, like, Kratos or something, right? But, if we're talking, like, just how busted they are in the game, it's Akuma. It's Akuma. But no, like, source material-wise, Clive is one of the few characters they could have gotten that I feel like can actually compete with the Mishima family, power scaling wise and everything. He fits in that sense. Like, them having him fight Kazuya and Jin for the trailer, it's just like, yeah, he actually could probably hang in there with Kazuya and Jin. Which I don't know what other guest characters actually could. Because even as crazy as Noctis is in, like, Tekken 7, he probably couldn't. Probably. But that's more a statement about how crazy juiced the Mishimas are than saying that Noctis is weak or anything like that. And I mean, you get to other guest characters and it's like, no, Negan from The Walking Dead could not realistically hang in there with them. But they know what they're doing with that trailer. Yeah. The stage, I think the stage looks awesome too. Even if I do have to pay an extra $5 for it, and we know that now, that stage did look great. Geese could maybe? Maybe. Akuma, I think Akuma actually can. Like, if we're just talking, like, power scaling, you know, feats in their own respective franchises, I think Akuma could actually hang in there with the Mishimas. And did. Gameplay-wise and lore-wise. But, yeah, most guest characters in Tekken, I don't think could actually hang in there with them. Other than, like, Akuma and now probably Clive. I think Clive could. What if we get the DLC pass? The new stage is on the year 1 pass. Tiger Drop Kiryu. As a Tiger Drop negates all damage. Of course. Clive is actually a cool guy in his 30s that gets laid in his own game. I saw Maximilian Dude on Twitter talking about it because, of course, he's like the fighting game content creator. He's gotten way more into Tekken this year than he like ever has been before because he loves Tekken 8 so much. And he's also like one of the biggest Final Fantasy fanboys out there, probably. And he was saying on Twitter, like last night and this morning, he's like, you know, I don't love Final Fantasy 16, but Clive Rossfield is the best part of Final Fantasy 16. So I'm pretty happy with this, actually. And I felt like that was a good way to sum it up for even a lot of like big Final Fantasy fans. Because I've definitely gotten that vibe that like Final Fantasy 16 is just very like, yeah, it's fine. But it seems like everyone loves Clive. Just on his own merit. Quality of the game aside, I think it seems, at least from what I've seen, it seems like everyone just likes Clive a lot. It definitely helps that it's Ben Starr. Let's be real. Any character voiced by Ben Starr is at an innate advantage in terms of just being a likable character. I think Kazuya can keep up with Goku at the end of OG Dragon Ball. He could actually.
Succeeded in destroying
The thing is, whenever you bring Dragon Ball into the equation, Dragon Ball is so batshit with the power scaling that normally it just wins by default.
To storm in and secure the port.
But probably.
Free Port Patterson from the hands of the enemy.
At the end of OG Dragon Ball, I think yes. I don't know though. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm thinking. I'm bringing in all of my Dragon Ball knowledge here.
Okay,
bringing it to the table, okay? Work with me.
I think our best option
In
under the circumstances
the
would be
second
to
arc
head
of
towards
Dragon
Santa
Ball,
Elva. Santa Elva
Goku is
a
not
strategic
as strong as
location that we
Roshi,
have to pass through
but
to
he
get to the
he
capital
gives
of
Roshi a
Greece.
run for his money,
However,
right? In the
there are
World
several
Tournament.
other strategic points on the
Sorry,
way to
Jackie
Santa
Chun.
Elva.
I don't know who Roshi is.
Which points you choose
Jackie
and
Chun
what order
in that
you
very
do so is up
tournament
to you.
though
It looks
blows
like
up
your
the
decision
fucking
will
moon.
affect the course of this battle. I know it's an immense responsibility, but there's no one else to count on. We're relying on
Hold
you
on, do we
to
have
get
power
us
levels
through
for this? Please tell me we
It
do.
appears that the enemy's Miller unit is gathering at King's Hill.
Hold on.
It looks like they're trying to take back.
Do we have like an
Patterson.
old guidebook that retroactively gave us Dragon Ball power? Oh, we do.
We
Hold
have
on.
reports that the Allied Davis
We do.
unit is cut off at Stan
Wait a minute.
Gleipnir took off from Puna Base
Okay.
and is currently standing by at Terminus Island.
Okay. Hold on,
With the
chat.
long
Wait a
strike
minute.
range of the Gleipnir, there's not much
We
our
don't get a
forces can do.
Roshi power level here.
It
Fuck.
appears that
Of
the
course we
enemy is
don't.
moving towards Stan Canyon to
Do we
eliminate
ever? Oh, we do.
Allied
Okay, we have one for Roshi. Never
We'll
mind.
need those remaining
Never mind, I see
forces
it.
in our attack on
Okay.
Santa Elva.
So
I think we
Roshi,
should probably send help.
at that point in the story, because Dragon Ball just puts this handy little number on it for our sake of reference and just mental state, right? Kazuya can blow up the moon. Yes, but I'm not there yet. You wait. We're talking about the end of Dragon Ball. That's in the second arc of like 7 for OG Dragon Ball. And that's also when Goku is what, like 11 years old, I think, at that point in the story. That I'm not 100% on. But at that point, Roshi has a canon power level, just take the number for scaling purposes, of 139. Okay? Now, Goku in the final arc, in the Piccolo Jr. arc of Dragon Ball, has a canon power level of 910. So let's just say that Roshi at about 140 is at the level of can blow up the moon with a single attack. Goku by the end of Dragon Ball, hold on, I'm doing mental math while speaking, is about, what is that? 6 or 7 times that strong. I think Kazuya could maybe blow up the moon. And even then, I would say that that's questionable. Do I think that Kazuya is like 7 times as sorry, 6 or 7, somewhere in the middle of that, I think. It's like 6.5-ish, maybe. I don't know. I didn't actually do the whole thing. I gave up halfway through and just estimated. Do I think he's like 6 or 7 times as strong to be capable of blowing up the moon? No. As much of a Tekken fanboy as I am, and as much of a Mishima family simp as I am, being realistic, I don't think he's that strong. Just breaking it down that way, actually, I feel like Kazuya would get beaten by end of Dragon Ball Goku. Unfortunately, as much as it pains me to say, I'm not so sure that he could hang in there with him. If I'm being totally honest and transparent, I don't feel like he could. As much as it pains me. Sorry, I was looking at... Oh, wait, no, hold on. That was my normal mode. Okay, yeah, on hard mode, I also did not do 6A. Oops. 6A into 7 whatever, then, is what we're doing here. Gotta get some S ranks while I can. Gotta make it efficient. Can headbutt Final Fantasy Meteora, which is a high-level spell. Yeah, if we're doing Final Fantasy power scaling, I think the Mishimas definitely beat the shit, like the ever-living shit, out of the majority of Final Fantasy characters. But Goku, I don't know. At first I agreed at first that he could probably hang in there with Goku at the end of Dragon Ball, but like, when I started breaking it down,
the troops stranded at Stan Canyon
I
vital to the upcoming assault on Santa Elva.
I don't think they could hang in there. I think they would get bodied, honestly. Am I late? No. Goku versus Mobius 1. Look, chat, I know this is an Ace Combat stream, and saying this is probably going to get me clipped and on the Reddit or in the Discord or whatever.
Hoping to utilize this weakness, the remaining Aurelian fleet has
but Mobius 1 is so fucked. Mobius 1 is so fucking dead. He doesn't stand a chance. Sure, he can fly an F-22 at near inhuman levels, but it's Goku. To be fair to Mobius 1, if we're having power level, like power scaling discussions, almost no fictional characters can beat Goku. It's a very select few that can. In the grand scheme of things, most just cannot. Unfortunately, Mobius 1 is definitely in that category. Mobius 1 versus Virgil probably also gets bodied, if we're being real, with like lore and everything.
Altitude restrictions canceled. Return to your mission. Good luck.
It might have been filler, but Nappa tore through fighter jets with his fist. Yeah. What was Nappa's power level? I didn't close that tab. Hold on. Vegeta Saga? I know that he has a cannon power level. I just don't know it. He was 4,000. What is the latest in the series that we get a cannon power level for Goku? Hold on. I don't even know what number that is. Okay. Goku, when he first goes Super Saiyan, if you don't know Dragon Ball power scaling and how ridiculous it gets, especially in Z, in OG Dragon Ball, it's kind of ridiculous, but it's pretty tame. In Dragon Ball Z, it goes out the fucking window. Like, pretty much the first episode of Dragon Ball Z, power scaling gets thrown out the goddamn window. At the end of the Namek arc, when Goku goes Super Saiyan, that's a power level of 150 million, as compared to Nappa's 4,000, where he's already, like, destroying fighter jets with no problem. So, for reference sake, Mobius 1 is so fucked. That's not even baby versus nuclear bomb. That's like a sperm cell versus a nuclear bomb. Like a singular sperm cell. Who's the best Ace Combat pilot? That's a more fair argument. It's probably Mobius 1. Yeah, single atom versus nuclear bomb. I mean, really, like, the contrast between, like, just numbers wise, 4,000 versus 150 million. You're not even, like, you're not getting anywhere. You don't stand a single chance. There is no hope. Just give up now. Could Goku solo an Arbiter from the Project Moonverse? I don't know what Project Moon is. One Punch Man? Okay. I don't know One Punch Man. Like, I'm not caught up with where the manga's at and everything. I watched the first 2 seasons of the anime. I think there is a season 3 now. In my opinion, which might be a little outdated, a little uneducated, I do think that Goku still beats Saitama. But that series might have progressed to the point where it's more of a debate now. But it feels like, at least beforehand, when we were like a few years back with One Punch, it feels like people who said that Saitama wins just wanted Saitama to win. Like, they were just happy to have someone who did legitimately beat Goku, so they just ran with it. It honestly, It wasn't that realistic, in my opinion. At least as far as I've seen. Also, fuck me sideways. I crashed into the water. Is there a season 3 of One Punch? That's something that I would watch if there was. Once Daima's finished. I've already got, like, my thing that I watch for 20 minutes every week, and that's about my TV for the week. I've already got that. Daima's good. I've been really liking Daima. No need to clench when you see it coming from a mile away. Yeah, as soon as I committed to it, I was like, man, I don't think this is gonna work. Okay, season 3 is coming soon. It's not out yet. Got it. Okay, I guess that works. Saitama had only one serious fight, and he was only using one hand. That is true, but he hasn't gone up against anything that, in my mind, puts him, like, at least nothing that we can reasonably compare to, like, where Goku is at in the manga right now. Now, if you bring, like, if we're talking specific points in the series for Goku, like, if you say, you know, Saitama versus, like, Buu Saga Goku, like End of Z Goku. Actually, End of Z is probably good. Although, Super aside, that's a whole shit show now. End of Z, in the context that it was created in, where Super doesn't exist. then you're maybe having a good debate there. But as crazy as Dragon Ball Z's power scaling was, Super's is even worse. So it has, I don't think, and like, again, I haven't seen anything that to me puts Saitama in that ballpark, but he just hasn't gone up against anything like that, so I don't know. I don't know. Beerus, no. Like, current Dragon Ball villain, well, I'm not gonna go as far, I'm not gonna go as far as like Black Frieza. Current Dragon Ball villains, you're comparing to like Moro or Granola. And both of those guys are fucking ridiculous, if we're being honest. Both of those guys are just fucking ridiculous. And Goku and Vegeta got scaled up to the level to realistically beat them. Dragon Ball Super's power scaling is so wacky right now. Oh, hold on.
4, 3, 2, 1, impact! Airborne fortress missile launched.
I gotta get all these points for the S rank since I'm already here.
15 seconds. Estimated time to impact, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3,
Stopped at Zeno's.
1, impact!
You're so far behind. Asked to be the strongest in the universe just to get rolled up like a pack by Black Frieza. Black Frieza, they're like, we need a manga continuation before we can reasonably figure out like what we're talking about with Black Frieza. Because right now, basically what it is just like Goku and Vegeta got scaled up a ridiculous amount in the last couple of manga arcs. And then Black Frieza came in and kind of just one-shot them. Like both of them. Just like, boom, boom, done. And it was like, oh. Okay, what the fuck are we doing now? Because again, super power scaling is so much worse than even like Dragon Ball Z's was. But the manga's been on pause for a while now. Who knows when they're gonna continue it? We have to wait to figure out what really is the deal with Black Frieza, scaling wise and everything. Do we think a Stonehenge round could kill Goku? I don't think so. Is there any pocket dimension motherfucker in Dragon Ball? Not yet, but let's be real. They're probably gonna do it at some point. I don't think it's from a lack of like the scaling getting that far, because we're well beyond the power scaling level where people could be doing that. I think they just haven't really done that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. It's not quite the same. But what about that shit that Fused Zamasu does at the end of Goku Black? Before Zeno just has to come in and like legit snap him out of there. That was the only solution to that arc. That was the only solution, was just they had to have Zeno literally come in and like erase him from existing. That was the only way they could solve that issue. They had to have God Thanos snap him away. What about that? Is that maybe at least competitive with pocket dimension motherfuckers? Because for reference, we've scaled way beyond that at this point in the series.
Great job. The airborne fortress's SWPN is gone up in flames. Raise the engine
I don't know. Super's power scaling is fucking ridiculous at this point. I don't even know like how to quantify it, to be real with you. I've kind of just, you know, learned to live with the reality of like they're doing this just for shits and giggles at this point. Like they have to be, right? There is no realistic way to quantify this shit anymore. I feel like. How about Dio? I haven't watched JoJo, so I don't know. Or Reddit, but I would watch it. I have no idea, but Dragon Ball's power scaling is at the point where if you don't know, it's safe to assume that Goku wins.
The surrounding area
Like, unless you're presented with a lot of good, like, evidence otherwise, it's a safe guess.
But this victory has given us hope. I'm starting to feel like retaking San
What did they
Nova
change about
is
Sparking
back
Zero?
to
You mentioned they changed some
reality.
things. They changed, like, the entire balance of the game, basically. Not in terms of characters. Well, they didn't go in and tune specific characters for the most part. Some they did, but they kind of went in and just tuned all the universal mechanics to make a more competitive game.
Unit has moved from Kings Hill
And
for an
it's-
assault on Fort Patterson.
It's pretty good. The game is
Reclaiming
still
the
pretty
city
cheesy.
almost
It's still not, you
We've
know,
also confirmed the
it's not
transport of
Street
supplies
Fighter, it's
from
not
Fort
Tekken.
to Santa Elva via Kings Hill.
but it's a
I
lot
had no
more
idea this was
actually
a plan.
competitive
Sorry
and
about that.
skill based
On
than
the
it was a week ago.
The Gleipnir has withdrawn from the combat zone and is now in Santa
For
Elva.
sure.
Furthermore,
Not-
with the destruction of the
Not on the
Gleipnir
level of
and
like
Elva
actual
units,
esports fighting
long-range
games,
assaults
but
are no longer
way
a
better
threat.
than it was. What they did a lot of shit. They made Vanish Wars pretty much go bye-bye. They really changed up the Vanish War stuff. I'm trying to think of all that they did to it. They made it so that vanishes, instead of taking like 1/5 of a key bar per vanish, they now take half of a key bar per vanish. On top of that, they tightened up the frame timing on the vanishes, just universally. So it's harder to actually execute a vanish than it was before. I don't know the exact frames, but I played it a bit since the patch came out, and it's way harder to vanish. Like I'm landing about half of my vanishes and fucking up about the other half of them. So it's pretty tight now on the timing. They also made it so that if you do like vanish back and forth, you get locked into that thing where you're both just teleporting behind the other, draining each other's key. The actual attack coming out of the vanish is slightly faster with each loop. So it's speeding up a little bit to throw you off so that the timing isn't the same every single time. They've really changed up Vanish Wars. That was like the biggest thing that they adjusted universally. But then they did a lot of stuff. After Image Strike is like dead. Legit. They made it 10 seconds long instead of 15 seconds. And also if you hit a perception counter on them while they're in After Image Strike, it completely cancels out After Image Strike. So they could pop it, and then immediately after they pop it, they try to punch you, you counter them with perception. The entire thing is dead. Like, they burned 3 blast stocks, and they got basically nothing. It immediately cancels once you hit a perception on them now. So, like, After Image Strike is pretty much dead because it's so easy to counter now. And it's also still expensive. It's Wild Sense is the best like vanishing type skill in the game now because of that. It was debatable before, now Wild Sense is just better. Trying to think of what else they did. They did a lot of quality of life stuff with like the menus and all that, which isn't really that big of a deal, but it's nice. They fixed some of, they changed some of the model and animation work in the game. improvements kind of all around. Like, they fixed Z Gogeta's skin tone being wrong. They fixed it. They fixed some of Goku's facial animations. Like specifically Goku mid getting grabbed by Broly and laughing while he falls. They fixed that so that it actually looks like it does in the movie now. They did a lot of stuff like that, just all around. There are some character specific changes. I don't know like any of them really, except for they buffed the ever-living shit out of Super Saiyan 4 Goku's I'll beat you in 5 seconds buff. It used to be that it buffed your like attack power and ki blasts and all that by like 3 stacks for 5 seconds. It was a terrible skill before. Now it buffs everything by 8 stacks for 5 seconds. So it is now the strongest buff in the game for 5 seconds. I only know that one because I play Super Saiyan 4 Goku a lot. I love that character because like he's a powerful character, but he's not cheesy or broken. Like you have to be good to use him, but he is strong. Oh, they made instant spark skills universally. They used to be 3 blast stocks to use them. Now they're all 4 blast stocks to use them. So instant spark is more expensive across the board. I'm trying to think of, they did so much. That's just like universal balance stuff to make the game a little more competitive like that. So like, I mean, it's still Sparking Zero, where it's still like a super casual Dragon Ball fighting game. But if you're actually playing like ranked or competitive in any sense, it is a slightly more competitive game now. It's a little less cheesy and a little more, you know, you gotta work for it than it used to be. It's good. That didn't touch me, let's be clear. Speaking of cheese.
It looks like we're gonna need more than conventional weapons to take the bastard down.
No, I think we're good. Actually, just missiles will work, probably. Believe me, I'm a professional. Yikes. That was a little scary. All good changes? Yeah. Like, there's not really anything in the patch that is a bad change. It's not the sort of patch that's like, if you fucking hated the game, you're gonna love it now, sort of thing. But if you enjoyed the game, it is just a patch that made a lot of small improvements across the board. Oh, that was them talking about you? I wasn't looking at the top. Of course that was them talking about me. I got one comment like way back on my AC4 video. It was a guy shitting on Ace Combat 4 by saying this. But he's not wrong. He was like, ah, yes, this is where the Ace Combat franchise perfected their greatest skill, verbal fellatio. He used the word fellatio, so I remember it very well. So I was like, who the fuck uses that word? But he used that word. It was like the thing that tricks every Ace Combat fan into thinking that they like the games. Verbal fellatio. I was like, that's a stupid opinion, but funny because, yeah. If I were to pick Griffiths against Crimson, who would win? Which one is Crimson again? I'm not feeling it. I saw shrinking game areas and other things that I hate. Tom was in here explaining it earlier. I will be checking it out, but I'm gonna be very cautious about it, for sure. I'm not like getting too hyped about it because it seems iffy. Basically, it's gonna be like an Elden Ring co-op roguelike, which is why you saw the areas shrinking, where you go through and you clear some areas to like grab loot and stuff like that. Grab, I'm assuming, runes to like level up with and stuff as well, I would have to assume. And then at the end of each run, you fight like the boss for that run. And then I'm assuming, Tom didn't mention anything about this, but he said like that's it. You run through 3 areas and then you fight the boss and then that's the run. I'm assuming that there's gonna be like difficulty modifiers. Probably like runs are gonna loop, I would have to guess. You know, once you do finish the 3 areas plus boss fight, I would assume that it gets more difficult and then you go back again, sort of thing, until you actually die. It sounds interesting, for sure. I'm not entirely sold on the concept, but it's an interesting idea that I'm going to check out. I'm gonna go in with an open mind because it's FromSoft. I believe in FromSoft to like pull off a weird idea really well and make me like it. But the idea is very iffy, for sure, in my opinion. I feel like the idea is one that I'm like, okay. I'm skeptical, but I'll be checking it out, basically. That's where I'm at. It's gonna shoot again? What the fuck? Oh my god. It like did the double fire that killed me that one time. That shit's very scary. We done? Yeah, we're done. How about Strider versus Griffiths? Strider? Which one is Strider? I don't remember. But yeah, I haven't played Project Wingman, so I wouldn't know about the other one.
Engine 1, Engine 2, Engine 3. All engines are down. We can't maintain altitude.
Cutting it close. That was a little sketchy. Going to be Elden Ring's Armored Core Nexus? Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird idea. Oh, it's Trigger. It's AC7. Okay. Probably Strider. Probably. I'm gonna go with Strider. AC7 pilot is one of the best. Yeah. Because he fought like Trigger specifically fought like hordes of super drones. Shot down what? Like, or not shot down, but like defeated the Arsenal bird. Had to think of it. 3 times, was it?
We've already come this far, sir.
He fought Mihai a few times and won. He fought like the super drone copies of Mihai, multiple at once, and won. Trigger's feats are just too crazy, I feel like. Like he might be one of the, he's at least a top 3, probably, in terms of feats among the Ace Combat protagonists, right? I would say he's probably top 3 in terms of feats.
Griswold is in turmoil over the shocking news, but who would have thought that underneath the chaos lay an even greater story?
Has the lamest name. I kind of like his name. I love his emblem though.
In fact,
with like the 3 strikes across it. That shit is awesome. He has maybe my favorite emblem
While any aid meant for food
out of the
was spent on
protagonists.
arms. Why did this happen?
What is it, like
Why
a
was
wolf?
Rabbit Party
I'm pulling it up
held
right
to
now. Hold on.
performance of their newest
Is that a
weapon?
wolf with a gun in its
The trail
mouth?
of
And then
motives
the
surrounding
3
Diego
strikes
Navarro
through
would
that?
lead me to the answer. Diego Navarro was not only Lesath's commanding officer.
Oh, it
but
changes
also
throughout.
controlled
Yeah, I
their
was thinking
arms
of the
industry.
claw with the 3
His
like
years
strikes. That's
continued
the one I was
conflict
thinking
as
of.
means to amass an
I love that
enormous
emblem.
fortune. This war was conceived as a replacement for the Civil War.
That's some
to
good
further
shit.
increase arms sales.
Especially, I remember flying
This truth, the
a
soldiers
flanker
risking their lives for Lesath
specifically,
freely
and
know.
seeing that like on the tail, and it was just,
Documents contained much more than just
it was
information
peak.
on the airborne
It
fortress.
looked so
The
fucking good.
transfer of financial revenue and commodities were also recorded in
Final
great
form
detail.
emblem. Yeah, it
What does
changes a
all of
few
this have
times.
to
I'm
do
trying to
with
find.
Lesath's commanding officer Diego Navarro. Even after all that's happened,
I feel like there was one that had like the, what's it, like the
I've unwittingly
wolf with the
found
gun in
myself
its
fearing
mouth
for the
and
safety
the
of Southern
strikes, but
Cross.
maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's been that long. I mean, it has been that long since I played 7, unfortunately.
All right, let me brief you on the main locations on the route to Griswold.
Oh, fuck.
Sir, please choose
I
a
talked
route.
about roguelikes. And now I want to I don't think I have to download it, but I want to reopen Unreal Engine.
At the Corona Steps and are planning an attack on Santa Elvia.
I don't have the time for that
They
right now,
currently
dude,
aren't
but
a
I'm
threat,
getting
but
that
we're
like,
curious as to what they're planning.
God damn it.
We're not
I
much
talked about
different from them
roguelikes.
besides their strength.
And I have that little
The enemy's special
roguelike
forces
side
still
project
in
that I was
the
working on like a while back, and then I finally, the self-control came back, and I'm like, no, I'm too busy to be a game dev. I can't. So I paused. It's all still sitting there.
Might be the perfect time to
It's all
pass them
still
off.
there.
It appears that Lesath forces are shipping supplies to a large-scale manufacturing
You are
plant
crazy.
in Montebriz.
Yeah.
It seems that
You got
they
me talking about Night Rain enough to be like, ideal roguelike, I would like it if it was this and that and this and that, and then I was like,
Whenever a jammer is located there,
that sounds
we
like
are
my
able to
project.
monitor their movements. The jamming
My
is
project
spread as
is
far
my
as
ideal
possible, so
roguelike.
we need to do something about it. Although we really need to find out what's going on at Montebriz as well. Our capital is not far ahead. However, Griswold is heavily fortified and protected by the Mezen cannon.
I remember it too.
Fierce resistance is
The wolf with the 3 strikes through it? Okay, hold on. So you're saying you also... This isn't like Mandela effect, is it? Hold on. Someone else remembers. Hold on. You can always do pirate software style streams of you making your game. Dude, I think that would be the most boring shit for you guys, genuinely. Like, not that I think that my side project is boring. I think it's pretty cool. I'm a big systems design nerd, so I get real deep with like mapping out my systems and really thinking them through and then putting them into the game, and it's like, holy shit, that's awesome. But like when I'm programming, when I'm scripting the game, I'm dead fucking silent. Like I'm not gonna be talking a lot. Or if I am talking, I'm not gonna be getting anything done, realistically. I don't know, maybe. But like, not for me, trust me. I do I do a lot of flow charting. Go figure. Systems designer with a roguelike side project does flow charts. But like I have a lot of flow charts made for it.
We are planning a surprise attack to recapture our country's largest airbase, the Tachana airbase.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe I can work on it a little bit.
Supply warehouses,
Do I have Unreal installed right now? I should, right?
as well as a vital supply channel.
Hold on, I gotta open Epic Games Launcher and see.
Securing Tachana airbase,
It's gonna need an
our
update
forces
for sure
will
if I do have it
necessary
installed.
staging point for a combined allied assault on the capital.
I do have it installed.
At present, the Lesath Air Force is grounded, but they're mobilizing to aid ground forces fighting on the Kalana steppes. The Skilla unit is also rumored to be stationed at Sachana Air Base. They are an elite team, highly skilled in anti-aircraft tactics. A head-on confrontation must be avoided at all costs. Therefore, we have devised a plan to penetrate deep into enemy territory and strike while their attention is still focused on the Kalana steppes. A sweeping radar net
Troll
lies
thyself.
between
It's.
here and
I think I'm too far gone. I think I already am past the point of no return.
of 1,000 feet.
Might pull in some game dev nerds who will also watch you stream games. Maybe.
A sudden and precise strike on the base will greatly increase our chances of winning.
I use MS
without
Paint.
risking
Don't
a
use
head-on
MS Paint. Use what's it called? Hold on, I've gotta go find it. I never remember the name. The thing that I use to flowchart. It's so good. It's free. Oh. Hold on. No way. Sorry. I got like a tracking link finally. YouTube sent me something like almost a month ago where they were like, "Hey, we've got this gift for you," and I was like, "Ooh!" Like a physical merch gift that I liked, and I was like, "Yes, I do want that. Thank you, Mrs. YouTube." It was my my partner manager at YouTube that sent it to me. I was like, oh, and I liked it. Like, I actually like the gift. I don't know. It's clothing. I don't know how much I'll wear it. I don't know how much, like, I'm going to be wearing YouTube merch, and I don't want to spoil it. I'll wear it on stream at least once. I promised. Both False and Owen said you have to wear it on stream at least once. I don't want to spoil too much about it because it's funny. I think it will surprise chat as much as it surprised me. I don't see myself actually wearing it in public a whole lot, but I was like, hey, I mean, if you want to give it to me, like, I didn't even have to cover shipping or anything. They're giving it to me for free. So I was like, you know what? I'll take it, even if I don't think I'm gonna wear it a lot, because I at least want to have it. And I just got like a tracking link for it. It shipped finally. I hadn't heard anything about it in a while, but I just got an email when I went to try to find the thing real quick that I flowchart with. Just got it. That I got a shipping link, like a tracking link, sorry, for the shipping. It has shipped. Is that an SU jet finally? Wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to... that reminded me. Yeah, the MS Paint replacement. Hold on. Because I'm telling you, don't MS Paint your flowcharts. I have seen... Sorry, Google Draw came up. I've seen people do it with Google Draw. I... personally wouldn't, but you certainly could. Oh my god. Not the chat GPT flowchart, not the generated flowcharts. It's none of the ones that come up. I thought I could find it easily by just being like free flowchart thing, and it doesn't come up, unfortunately. It's apparently not a very popular one. Honestly, from what I'm seeing, there are plenty of alternatives. Like, if you do just Google free flowchart tools, you can definitely find, like, any of what I just saw come up is better than, than MS Paint. So even if it's not the one that I use, because I can't think of it right now, and I can't find it apparently, which is unfortunate, because I might need that. You can find something better if you just look. Definitely. Take a little look around, see what you like. I don't know. First thing I think is a Ken player. You stop that. I am absolutely a flowchart Ken. I'm exaggerating a little bit. I'm not that bad. But like, it's because it works, okay? It's because...
Radar alert. We picked up a suspicious aircraft. It's Aurelian. Roger that.
It's because it's so effective.
It's no good. We've been spotted by the enemy.
If it wasn't, I wouldn't do it.
Please return to base.
If you're across the screen, fireball. If they jump into you, DP. Like, it's because it works. Too high, okay.
Avoid flying over enemy patrol boats on the river.
I did the same thing I did that one time, eh?
Destroy them before that happens. Keep an eye on your HUD and avoid the enemy radar net.
The MiG-29 is my favorite, but my boyfriend likes the Su-27 more. What do I do?
Strong. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's a quiet night.
Come to the realization that your boyfriend is based? Probably. I mean, the MiG-29 is very cool, but like...
Can't wait till my patrol is over. You say that again, I'm gonna die of boredom real soon. There's so many boats out on the water, no one could
I'm just saying. I draw that? Yeah, you definitely could find better alternatives.
What's that? What, the enemy? My mistake. It was just a reflection of the tower.
One of them I think was just called like flowchart.net. I saw, it looks fine.
Radar alert. We picked
Right,
up a
I was
suspicious
too high
aircraft.
again.
It's all
I
right.
was yapping too hard.
Roger that. All fighters,
God damn it, what is it called,
no
dude?
good. We've been spotted by the enemy. We'll have to try again later. Please return to base.
The issue is I know that they send me emails like once every... It's very occasional. So if I really looked, I could probably find it. Yeah, altitude 1,000. Got it.
Then before that happens,
I'll try to remember it this time.
keep an eye on your HUD and avoid the enemy radar net. Patrol boats, report. This is Patrol. Nothing
Is this song just reused from Ace Combat 3, or am I crazy?
You'll be done soon. Can't wait till my patrol is over. You say that again, I'm gonna
I might be
die of
crazy.
boredom real soon. There's so many boats out on the water, no
It is original? Okay. Never mind. Are you sure? Hold on. Are you, like, actually sure?
What, the enemy?
I was like, okay, no, I'm crazy. And then I heard that little bit, and I was like, wait a fucking minute. Are you positive? Yeah, is it just sampling AC3, maybe?
In any case, this really is a great spot. Wish we could do a little fishing on our break.
Is it just sampling from AC3?
You can fish all you want, but until then, you'll just have to wait.
Don't tell me to pull up when you're also telling me to fly below 1,000.
Not perfect, you know. We've got it covered. That's why we're out here in the water, right? Radar alert. We picked up a suspicious... Griffith 1 down. You read me, Griffith 1. Sir.
Then I tried to do a dramatic sip, but the lid on my cup was shut. I know what I'm doing.
Avoid flying over enemy patrol boats on the river or you'll be spotted. Destroy them before that happens.
Yeah, altitude again.
Keep an eye on your HUD and avoid the enemy radar net. Patrol boats, report.
You know, chat, maybe what I could do, sorry, you guys said game dev streams, and I was like, that might be really fucking boring. But you know what I probably could do, to be honest with you? I could probably just show you guys my dev logs. I keep dev logs really well, actually. I'm a big dev logger. I believe in it. Anytime I make like a substantial amount of progress on anything, I take a quick video of it. I could probably share those. I have a bunch of them for the project. Like I don't delete them or anything. Like I'm just sitting on them. They're mostly just for me to look back on, and also to show off to people, because like sometimes I do really cool shit. But I have those. I have a bunch of those stockpiled for the current project. Of like every couple hours I go through, like anytime it's something substantial. It's not like every 1 or 2 hours on the dot or anything, but anytime I have something like worth noting that is like, I should record this and like log it, I do. There we go. I did the sharp turn. Didn't need to, but I wanted to. That would be dope. I have to find where they are on my computer. Like, I know probably what hard drive they're on. But believe it or not, I have a lot of just, like, footage of various things on my computer. And the organization is, let's just say, not as good as it probably should be. So I would have to find them. Probably, well, I mean, if I took a few minutes to, I could probably find them today, but realistically, after I'm done working tonight, like before I go to sleep, I'll figure out where they are. Usually write comments. I do comment out my my scripts, but I'm talking like I take a little video of like a little like progress point to look back on / show off. Footage of various things. I'm a YouTuber. Not like a secret OnlyFans model, maybe. Wouldn't you like to know? I forgot that this was kind of a pain in the ass. Both of Mission 9's variants are.
Avoid flying over enemy patrol boats on the river or you'll be spotted. Destroy them before that happens.
Guns cold, not hot. The ships raise the alert.
Enemy radar net.
How'd you fail? I was going too fast. The ships report you in. So I got too close to the ship before blowing it up. He reported it. He saw me. You can blow them up before they send it in. You can't really do it while flying at like max speed. Missile travel time and all that. And I forgot because I haven't done this mission in a while.
No one could ever slip through. Huh? What's that? What, the enemy? My mistake.
This game is closer to AC3. Yeah, but I think they're like actually, like in this song at least, I think they are taking samples from the AC3 OST in a few points. That little background droning I know is a sample from AC3. But it's more than just that even. Well, I'll try to call out more of them. But that little synth that just came in like in the background, that is just straight out of AC3. It's sampled straight over from it. Sampled straight over. sampled from it.
You can't rely on radar alone. It's not perfect, you know. We've got it covered. That's why we're out here on the water, right?
Might as well go for the big turn. Eh, no, we're not. We're doing the small one. At that point, it was a little late, but it's fine. It works. Fucking shit. I'm gonna open Unreal at some point. God damn it. They just had to announce an Elden Ring roguelike. And I just had to be a guy who likes the Souls games, and of course had to talk about it and speculate a bit on how the systems might end up playing out. And now here we are. The itch is back. Damn you, FromSoft. You did this to me. Down for more Souls brain rot. Now, I probably don't need to go that slow. The neutral speed on this plane is kind of slow. We'll wait on feedback from gamers. I mean, I'll be there day one. It's Elden Ring, right? Even if the only good thing is that it's just Elden Ring boss gauntlets. Like, it's an Elden Ring boss gauntlet, right? Like, at worst, it's gonna be okay. And it's FromSoft, so, like, I have to. I'm, like, obligated to, right? It's FromSoft. I'll be there. I'm not getting, like, my hopes up. I'm definitely not, like, sold on the concept. I would agree. I would definitely agree that I'm not exactly sold just on concept alone, but it sounds like it could be cool. And at worst, it's just gonna be more Elden Ring combat and boss fights and everything. Wrote an article. Yeah, I think that's what Tom was getting his info from. I'm pretty sure. Plus, I have, like, I will add, I'm on record saying that playing Elden Ring with friends through seamless co-op is genuinely, like, the most fun I've ever had on Elden Ring. It feels like that game is made for co-op. Like, particularly in the boss fights, if you just double their health and increase their stagger threshold through the mod, and then play with, like, 2 or 3 people, those bosses feel like raid bosses. Like, it feels like that's what they were made to be when you play like that. And it's incredible how that is just not the intent of the game at all. Yet when you play it that way, it's more fun than the vanilla game. So, like, that part of the concept has me sold. For sure. Just like Elden Ring, you know, boss raid runs with friends, that part I'm totally in on. It's the everything else that I'm like, I don't know how, like, the roguelike stuff is really gonna work, so I'm skeptical a little bit. But from what Tom was describing, it could be cool. I'm not skeptical on, like, the, you know, you run through 3 areas and then you do the boss and then that's, like, the run. But I'm more skeptical on, like, what's the long-term replayability? Like, are there difficulty modifiers that you can optionally turn on before a run that will make it more interesting once you've already played the game for a bit? Beyond that, what's the incentive to use the difficulty modifiers? Like, why would I do that outside of just for fun? Right? There's got to be something there. And then when a run ends, if it's 3 areas and then a boss and then it's over, is that just it? Like it's done Hades style? Like even if you win, you go back to the start? Or is it more like, you know, you do the 3 areas, you kill the boss, and then it like loops into another one where the scaling has been increased significantly so that you can keep your run going until you die and it just gets harder and harder until that point? Like, what are we doing? I need more of like the actual roguelike details. You know? That's what I'm looking for right now. We've got the basic formula details. I need like the roguelike stuff explained to me more. Because that's more where I'm worried. I feel like it is a game that will be fun for a few hours regardless, just from what they've said. But will it be fun for more than a few hours is kind of the question. Will it hold much value past like the first couple runs? Although I think Tom said there were like 8 different character classes to play out of. So maybe. Imagine opening a chest and boom, Moonlight Sword. It could be awesome. But apparently there are like 8 preset characters that you choose between. You don't like make your own class. I'm assuming you can still like scale them during the run, find gear throughout the run to like that would be the whole point, right? That would be the roguelike part coming in. But it's not like General Souls character creator. Well, I guess it kind of is, right? It's just choosing your class at the start of like Elden Ring. And then, you know, once the game starts, you scale and get gear from that point. Like they start with certain stats and gear and then you go from there. But I always play Ooga Booga Caveman when I play Souls games because I like starting from nothing and then building up. It's more fun for me personally. Not for everyone, but I enjoy the game more when I do that, so I do.
The surprise attack was a success.
B, it's a time-based one, isn't it?
Air power from the base will be a vital asset, especially in the battle to retake Griswold. I have the feeling the day of our capital's liberation is not far off.
I have to say, making the code and putting things together to be fun are 2 different things. Like, I can make 3 different movement systems, but which is the right one and for what? Yeah. I actually... This is probably a... Well, I was going to say this is probably a good thing, but it's not really like a natural thing either. It's sort of a developed thing. Personally, I have a much easier time with coming up with something fun, like gameplay loop-wise, than I do with writing the script and everything to actually make it work. That's the part that I'm not as good at. I'm good at the idea part, the ideation part, and then the scripting and all that just kind of has to happen. And when I'm doing it, it happens slower because I'm not great at it. On one hand, it's good. On the other, pain in the ass. There's pros and cons to it.
Responsibility for taking care of the jamming station before it further interferes with the war effort has fallen into our hands. An array of high-performance SAMs and AA guns provide the Never a Jammer with a formidable defense. The high-performance SAMs are difficult to avoid, even for the most advanced aircraft. You're done for the second you fly within range. ECM pods are of no use here either.
How many part missions? Part missions? I have no idea. I haven't gotten to that point yet.
We must first deal with this threat before we can move in for an attack.
Right now, I'm just doing the 10 mission campaign run.
Therefore, we must
and just trying to get ranks and parts along the way.
That is providing them with energy. The location of this transmitter remains unknown, but a string of old power lines on Mount Nevera may just point the way.
This one is time-based.
Power output will be
I looked ahead of time. This one's just a speed run.
Before moving in to attack the jammer.
Writing code when you're just messing around with your friends is fun. Writing it by yourself is a bit miserable. None of my friends are like programmers or anything, like don't really have any background in it. So for me, doing dev stuff like while streaming to them in Discord is always funny because they sit there and they're like, I don't know what I'm looking at. But then they get to see that moment of me being like, maybe if I just changed this, it would work. And then it does. And they're like, how do you know to do this? I'm like, it's not that hard. You just have to learn it. It's not that hard. You learn how it all works, and then you have the idea, and it's not that difficult to make it happen. Like, I'm even not great at it. It takes me a bit longer to get to the it just works part.
500 yards to go. $100 yards to go. Griffith 1.
There we go.
Maintain your current flight path.
Always fun missing that semicolon. Yeah. I don't use C++ in Unreal right now. I use Blueprint because, man, Blueprint has come so far in, like, just from when I first picked up Unreal and tried Blueprint, and I was like, no, this is shit. I can't use this. Now, like, I have never, not yet in UE5, I haven't had a moment where I've had an idea and not been able to do it within Blueprint. That has not happened yet. There were definitely times with UE4 Blueprint that was an issue. But in UE5, it's so much smoother. But honestly, if you already know C languages pretty well, I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it over just using C++, which is already built in. Just because it is a whole language that you have to learn, even though it looks nice and it sort of helps with keeping it organized and everything, even though it eventually turns into a fucking spider web. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it over C++. Just because you have to learn a new language, even if it is a simpler language, which it really is. Still a language you have to learn. So if you already know C++, I don't know if it's worth bothering, but I enjoy it. I like using Blueprint, personally. There's a sort of appeal, for me at least, to having a visual scripting language. There's something about, like, when the code works and then I can just look at my big spider web of bullshit and be like, yeah, that's my code right there. There's something extra satisfying about it, as opposed to the never-ending column of C++ script. I shouldn't have been reading chat there. Seem to remember hearing something, or about something called code blocks, or something like that. Code blocks. I don't know what you are referring to. In Blueprint, you mean? Right? Not that one. Ever since chat taught me the trick to this one, I've just been in disbelief that I never noticed it. You don't have to shoot every power plant and just pray, because the ones that are actually active have the lights on already. Like, there's the light on the tower that will be on if it's a legit one. Like that one? Not that one. Oh, a different scripting language, a different visual scripting language. I am not familiar. I see that. I overturned. That was scary. I see that one way out there. I saw the light. I'm just checking this one before I leave. It's not this one. You're losing me? It's fine. There's not that much more time in stream anyway. Maybe it's the result of doing all your design docs and spreadsheets and flowcharts in MS Paint. Maybe that's why. Might be melting your brain more than you realize. Uh-oh. I've already been here. Sass. Made some code in Excel. I could see that. Better than MS Paint. Oh. I have not heard of that, no. I am curious now, though. You have piqued my interest. Oh God, I missed one. That's not good. Yeah, I'll try to find my design docs and just randomly pull those up from time to time if people are interested at all. At least know where they are for if people are interested. Like, if nothing else. Why is the lighting so good on this mission? Don't ask me. Oh, did I say design docs? No. Hold on, not my docs. Whoa. No, you don't get those. My devlogs is what I meant to say, not design docs. I'm stupid. I meant to say devlogs. I know where my design docs are, actually. That part is organized. And also, you don't get them. No. The design doc is like the magician's secret. You don't understand. That's where like all the long-term planning and ideas are. You don't get those. Those are my long-term plans and ideas. You don't get to yoink them and make them yourself. Absolutely not. Not that I believe anyone watching stream really would, but no. Where the fuck is this last one? Where does this go? Oh my God. I would, you know that? I don't know. I don't know that you would. Maybe you would, I don't know. Yikes. That's a destroyed one. Jesus, I am like actually lost this time around. What is happening? I heard some American football player has fathered more children this year with different women than he's had touchdowns. That sounds about right. What a legendary man who will lose a lot of money. That's also true. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Imagine his child support payments. Finally found it. Five touchdowns. All the kids were born this year. Christ above. How many kids? More than 5? At least 6. Dude got signed and started fucking everyone. It just immediately, my lid is shut. He got that contract. He was like, oh, I'm rich now. Just started fucking everyone he came across.
We've destroyed the Nevera jammer and freed up the airwaves. Now we have a clear view of Griswold and Montebreeze.
Man couldn't pull out of a parking space. Clearly not. I mean, Jesus. Anyway, it's about that time. It is about that time. We got, what, 7 of the 10 missions done? Yeah, 7. Not too bad.
Enemy troops from the Kalana steppes have invaded.
Is he somehow Elon? No.
The people are in a state of
You think Elon's ever played a team sport?
Under our noses. Signs of enemy
No.
movement have been
I bet he has. I mean, what kid hasn't played at least one team sport in their life, right? Surely. Ooh, I got sent a link to the code blocks.
And are making preparations to transport it to Griswold. Although the advance unit has already reached the capital, there's still time to stop the backup units.
So it's a very fancy plugin. Interesting. I have to look at it. Okay, anyway. Hold on. It is about that time. I'm getting sidetracked. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing... Tomorrow, I think we're doing Metal Gear Solid 2 specifically. But we're also doing like Armored Core 100%, Resident Evil, Yakuza. Come back for any of it. It's all good, in my opinion. Also, if you enjoyed, leave a like. Algorithm, you know how it goes. If you're looking for anything outside of YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below. Things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. Those are all down there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see all of us back here next time. I hope you all have the rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.